Surah An-Kabut 29, Ayah 48 to 49. You did not recite any book before it, that is Quran, nor did you transcribe one with your right hand, for then who utter falsehood might have doubted. Nay, the Quran is itself self-evident, sign in the breast of those who have been granted knowledge, and none contradict our signs save the unjust. In the above ayahs, God confirmed that before the revelation of Quran to him, the Prophet neither read any book nor wrote anything from his own hand. This precaution was taken by the Almighty to forestall the falsehood of the infidels, who could have said that instead of being a revealed book, he had written it himself after reading various other books. God also says that he has revealed the knowledge of Quran to some others as well. Who are these recipients of the divine grace? They are none other than who have been referred to in the Holy Book as those who are firmly rooted in knowledge. Those are endowed with knowledge, those who are endowed with wisdom, those who have been thoroughly purified, people of the house, and etc. etc. This is the self-evident proof of their being knowledgeable persons, and who could have more knowledge than those well-versed in Quran, for it contains the knowledge about all the creations in the universe. This knowledge is so great, vast, and authentic that none can deny it except the unjust. The Prophet was a duly designated representative of the Almighty on earth, and therefore his words and actions were fully controlled, that is, according to the wishes of the Lord. The Holy Book of Quran is quite specific and clear about it. For example, Surah 53, An-Najm, Ayah 1 to 4. By the star when it goes down, your companion does not err, nor does he go astray, nor does he speak out of his own desire. It is but a revelation revealed. In view of the above, when a person enters the fold of Islam, it becomes necessary for him to offer his absolute submission to every wish or command of the Prophet, because he does not speak out of his own desire but follows the revelation of God. It should be clearly understood that in Islam the sole authority is the Almighty Himself, or the one who is designated by Him. Therefore, there is absolutely no room for those who appoint themselves on the position of authority or are appointed by others. Also, in view of the fact that Prophet Muhammad is the last of the messenger and Islam is the chosen religion of all times to come, the Almighty has therefore made arrangements for the persons who will remain responsible till the end of this world to continue the mission of protecting it against all threats and providing the correct interpretation of the Holy Book of Quran according to its soul. These persons have been chosen by God Himself in the same way as the Prophet was chosen, that is, according to His desire, from among the fellow human beings, and as promised to Prophet Ibrahim from his direct descendants, provided they were not oppressors. They have to be obeyed in the same manner as God and the Prophet. The Almighty says, Surah An-Nisa 4, Ayah 59, O you who believe, obey Allah and obey the Messenger and those vested with authority from among you. These persons who have been vested with authority are called Ulul Amr, persons of authority, and introduced in the Holy Book of Quran at various places with such references as Ula al-Bab, Ahl al-Zikr, Rasikun fi ilm, and etc. And it is they whose breasts have been filled with knowledge by the Almighty. The Prophet has also disclosed their names. They are 12 in number, starting from Ali and ending on Muhammad al-Mahdi. The Holy Book of Quran is itself is a dumb or silent document because it cannot speak and explain the meaning of its passages like a human, and being a coded book, Kitab-e Maknoon can only be understood and interpreted by a special class of people, or in its own words, by thoroughly purified ones. Allah introduces them in Surah Al-Ahzab 33, Ayah 32, as verily, verily, Allah intends but to keep from you every kind of uncleanliness, O you the people of the house, and purify you with a thorough purification. In order to interpret the ayah and to accord full introduction of these people of the house, the Prophet informed the people, I am leaving among you two priceless things, that is, Book of God and my children, my Ahlul Bayt. So long as you follow them, you will never go astray after me. The thoroughly purified ones are those whom Allah has purified from all sorts of impurities, and vices are 14 in numbers. They are the Prophet himself, his daughter Fatima, Ali, and their 11 descendants. God is very specific and emphatic when it comes to the obedience of the Prophet, and says that it must be absolute and total submission. In Surah Al-Hashr 59, Ayah 7, he commands, accept what the messenger gives you and refrain from what he forbids. The Holy Book of Quran, therefore, in spite of being an authentic document, cannot interpret for explaining the requirements of Islam and providing the proper guidance without the help and assistance of the people of the house, because they are known as the Quran which may speak, for their breasts have been filled with the knowledge of Quran by the Almighty. Ali and his children occupy a special place not only in the Islamic but also in the world history because of their knowledge, sacrifices, and services to humanity. Mr. John J. Poole, author of Life of H.M. Queen Victoria, pays glowing tributes to them in his book Studies in Mohammedanism in these words: this prince, Imam Ali, was a man of mild and forbearing character, wise in council and bold in war. Muhammad had given him the title of the Lion of God. Ali and his sons Hassan and Hussein were truly noble men, men of righteousness, men of brave, humble, and forgiving spirit. Their lives deserved to be commemorated, for there was a peculiar pathos about them. Their lives, which were not spent selfishly or in vain, as Matthew Arnold in Essay in Criticism says, the sufferers of Karbala had aloft to the eyes of millions the lessons so loved by the sufferers of cavalry, representations of crucifixion. Learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart,